congratulations to the entire team. I mean, this is a casting coup in itself, so I guess it's fabulous to even be here and witness it. Congratulations. I'm Kunal Kothari, I'm from IWM Bars, and my question is obviously to the legend herself, Shabana ma'am. Ma'am, you've seen it all, you've done it all over the years. You know, people can keep asking you how does it feel and all that. But from where you started to where you're today, now you get to work with younger actors and obviously actors who were with you back then as well. What is the kind of, you know, experience that you face, that you have today? Because for someone who started the way you started, and here you are, there's so much more, you know, exposure and everybody being much more accepting. So how do you feel about that?
I love it. I love it. I really, really feel very grateful that I happen to be at the right place at the right time. And the fact that I'm working with younger actors who are bringing completely different sensibilities from mine is always very exciting because you learn from each other. And I must tell you that most of the younger actors come with some trepidation that abhi pata nahi kya hone wala, and they realize very soon कि ऐसा कुछ नहीं है, and they become so comfortable कि मुझे लात मार के उनको याद दिलाना पड़ता है मैं सीनियर हूँ, behave yourselves. But it is a very exciting time, and for me, the realization that 50 years since I started, I'm still doing work that I enjoy. That I'm very grateful for, because like you said, I've done everything. And then at the end of all that, I realized that what I enjoy most is being an actor in front of the camera. So obviously, I'm very grateful for this opportunity. Thank you.
Hello, this is Divya from India Forums. First of all, congratulations to the team for this wonderful trailer. My question is to Anjali and Shalini, both of you. So, you know, the show is about how women take their lives, and it's done in the most extraordinary way. So, how did your characters go through this journey, and what do you admire the most about their journey?
Shahida, I'm playing Shahida, and she is a survivor. She's a fighter. And I think I have so much to learn from her, and there's so much I've already had in me that I could give to her, because yeah, I am a survivor, a fighter myself, so I think I really enjoyed another flavor with Shahida, and flavor because Dabba, you know, anyway, so yeah, no, I'm not trying to be funny, but yeah, it's something that I really enjoyed playing. It's a very different character to what I've ever played before, and it was just really easy. Everybody on stage just made it really easy for me to be a part of it. I was the last addition to the cast, and it all happened very fast. I had not even read the script, but I got a call, and it was within 2 minutes, I was like, I'm in it, I'm doing it. And the third time I got to work with Shabana Azmi, so who's going to say no to that? In my very young career, I got to work with her again, and I would do it till the day I die.
Hello. Hi. Here.
Yeah, on the left.
She was going to answer.
Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry, Shalini. Please continue. Sorry.
Hi, so I'm playing Raji. And Raji she seems like a very sweet, simple, homely girl, which she is. But then she goes through a turmoil and loses her innocence and does not even know what depth she has. And I have, as a character, discovered that depth while doing this. And it was a great experience for me. And how Raji, that seems like she can, you know, how she flips completely, and how her morals and everything, like, you'll see how it changes. It was a discovery for Shalini and while playing Raji for me. So it was very interesting playing Raji. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Please go ahead.
Hi, congratulations, guys. The trailer looks wonderful. I'm Amar from Amarazi. I have two questions. My first question is for Ritesh. Dabba Cartel represents a high-stakes storyline. So what was your vision for this, and how do you collaborate with Netflix for the global audience? And my second question is for Shivani and Gaurav. Being people who were involved in the casting process, how easy or difficult was to get these people, which is one of a kind cast, like it's a gift? Thank you.
I can answer first. You want to answer first?
No,
Well, I mean, in terms of the cast, I mean, as Shabana said, she didn't really have a choice. She was already a part of the cast before the story was even developed. I knew that she was going to be Sheila. And then we took the story to her. I don't even think we narrated it to her. I think we just gave her a two-liner and she said yes. In terms of the other cast, again, it was such a huge team effort between Excel and Netflix to find this perfect blend of the cast that we have today. Anjali was a very last minute, but a very incredible addition to the team for sure. And she has fit the character of Shahida perfectly. But I have to say, I can't imagine these characters being played by anybody else. You know, it's one thing to kind of put them on paper, but to be able to bring them to life the way that this cast has, you can't unsee it now. This is what it is. So we're very happy.
Shall I make my confession?
Yes.
I have tried to remove two girls from this. One is Jyothika.
Oh my God.
She doesn't know this. But I said, nahi, Jyothika ko nahi, isko lo, usko lo, usko lo, usko lo. And it's really creditable to these guys who said, you can do what you want, we are not going to change her. And I really am grateful that you played it. Honestly and truly, it was my mistake. And it has it would have robbed me of the pleasure of working with you. Thank you very much. Second one, yahan hai nahi, bichari. Not you. It wasn't you.
हमें एक्चुअली आई कैन टेल यू कि हमने पहला नाम जब शबाना जी का लिखा था, मैंने शिवानी को कहा अब कोई एक्टर ना नहीं बोलेगा, एक बारी वो हाँ बोलते कोई ना नहीं बोलेगा.
You'll have to repeat the question for Hitesh, she forgot.
उनको लगा रितेश का है तो उन्होंने सुना नहीं.
My first question was for Ritesh and Farhan. I was asking that it's a high-stakes storyline. So how do you like? What was the discussion point with Netflix for the global audience?
इस बात से इस सवाल से एक ही चीज प्रूव हुई है कि हितेश के अलावा हम नहीं सुन रहे थे. हितेश was the only one listening. Sorry, your question was what was this?
How did you work on the story?
Dabba Cartel represents a high-stakes storyline. What was your discussion with Netflix for it to resonate with the global audience?
Yeah, actually we've been in conversation even before Dabba Cartel of trying to find something that our creative sensibilities could align on. And we knew very, very clearly that there is a certain standard of script writing, of storytelling that Netflix wants to work with. And this is something that we took to them. The minute we had it, we knew that we should reach out to Monica and to her team and pitch them this idea. Because, I mean, apart from the fact, like everyone has spoken about, so I won't go back into it in terms of what the genre is and what it is. I think a huge part of it also, which was touched upon by many people on stage, was that it is such a female, woman-centric show. And it has a very, very strong female voice. And we did think from our end that that is something that Netflix would align on. And we reached out to them and we were, not surprised, I think is the right way to say it, that they were completely on board with wanting to do it.
Yeah, sorry, just to add to your question, which you were asking about for a global audience. I think जब जो भी कहानी आप सुनते हैं पहले बार, like when you hear it and you hear the story, I think the first thing is, do you connect with it? Is there some way of identifying with these characters and their life and their journey? तो अगर आप एक emotional connect बनाते हो उससे, you go out and tell that story, and if it connects to us here, I think, or in the country of its origin, it'll connect everywhere else. So I think that's the same thing which stands true with most stories. Like this will be some kind of an emotion. In this, like I said, these characters are so fascinating and all of them have so many layers that at somewhere, you see each one of them. And when you'll see, आपने trailer से देखा होगा, even that little bit of the skit which they put up before introducing each of these characters, I think it makes you identify with them. And that's what happened when we read it the first time.
I think it's also important to note that the world that these women come from, and I think this is a good question for Hitesh, for him to be able to direct these characters and understand this world what was that like for you, Hitesh? I'll ask you since they're not doing it.
No, I think that was also my starting point for the show, that though the show is about crime and drama, none of these people were or are criminals. You know, they're normal characters who are dealing with their own challenges, everyday challenges in their life, and how they get entangled and how their characters go through a whirlwind ride. I think that honestly was my starting point, that okay, this is something unique. This is something that I don't remember seeing on screen. And then how these characters took, you know, a different shape and where they start and eventually, you know, the kind of choices they make. I think that is something that I was personally very excited about. And their relationships with each other. I think that... Why don't you talk about it?
Thank you.
Hi.
We have time for two last
Hi,
questions,
this side.
please. Last two
This
questions,
is
please.
Abhimanyu from Hindustan Times.
By the center.
This is a question for Jyothika and Sai. You guys have been doing this for a while, and of late we have seen that there's been a shift in the tonality of female characters there, who are no longer just love interests. They're calling the shot themselves in mainstream commercial entertainment. How do you see the evolution of that from when you started to now?
So my shift happened when I was 27. I'm 45 now. So it's been a long time since I've shifted from the love interests and praising the hero roles. Yes, it's been a conscious effort. I think it's very much required. There are a lot of stories to be told from the female perspective. There are fewer. There's a lot. I feel Dabba Cartel especially is a very fresh take on how women are and their battle as domesticated women and women facing the outer world. And especially Varuna, I feel as a character was an extremely complex but simple character, you know, who lived a facade for the outside world, but there was something deep and rooted inside her. So I just find these complications in a character are very, very important and are the obvious in every woman's lives. So basically the connect with a real woman out there is what makes me choose a character. So the shift has been long ago. I'm just very glad and thankful to Excel for just bringing me on this larger podium and giving me the space to prove and perform. And yes, though I know I won't be asked this, but just standing with Shabana Azmi ma'am, just being in her reflection and just observing her as an actor, I think that has sort of made me a much better actor. I just cannot, the first frame that I saw of myself with her while dubbing for this, I just had goosebumps, you know, it was just both of us in one frame, and I was like, am I sharing the screen space with the Shabana Azmi? I haven't been this excited with a male actor, seriously. So I think this is a very special one for me. Thank you, Shabani, and thank you, Excel. Thank you.
Thank you for such a lovely question. I think you have to be very patient and you have to keep at it to see the change without giving up. And I think that's what I have been doing, and it's finally paying off. And I'm very happy to be here, sitting with such amazing personalities, amazing creative people. I've always loved Excel and their passion to tell unique stories. And today I'm a part of it. It feels fantastic. So yeah, relentlessness is one more thing that, you know, you have to do when you want to see a change, you want to see the shift. And I'm very happy that it is happening. And women like us will be at it till the change happens. And I'm sure golden days are, you know, here. Yeah.
Thank you.
Hi.
Time for one last question.
Yes. Hi. My question is for Lilith, ma'am. Hi, my name is Nishad. I'm from CNN News 18. Ma'am, hi, nice to see you again. Ma'am, you and Shabana, ma'am, know each other for a long time. And, you know, though you guys joke about wigs and the props in the series, has there been a discussion, and you guys have seen the transition of what we call the modern cinema or the modern series that we see these days. Has there been any discussion between you guys ki kya hi ban raha hai aajkal?
Shall I speak the truth? I don't know. Shabana's done a fabulous and a huge amount body of work on screen. I haven't. I got into films when I was older than Jyothika, at 46, very late in my life. So my body of work has been very eclectic, from international to national to independent to commercial. I mean, I was free. I was free to do whatever the heck I wanted. I hadn't come with a big star kind of thing, so I just did whatever I wanted to. And you all know that my heart and my soul and my everything belongs to the theater. So having said that, I have not seen the development and growth of OTT and, let's say, cinema. I mean, I first saw her on a set when she was shooting Kissa Kursi Ka, when I'm a couple of years younger than her, and I was, I'd gone with a friend, and I knew the producer, director, and so I saw her then, and I thought she was fab. So I have not observed it at close quarters and with the kind of intensity and involvement that Shabana has. Of course, there's been a sea change. I mean, I think the work that she was doing at that time with Shyam Babu and other people was extraordinary. And then the commercial cinema, et cetera, et cetera. So when we're talking about a change, we are talking about cinema. Commercial cinemas kind of remain the same. Independent or more middle-of-the-road cinema has definitely changed. They're very, very interesting voices. I mean, all we imagine is light, girls will be girls. I mean, these films would never have happened 10, 15 years ago. So, yes, all that, new voices, all women actually, wonderful. So lots of womenly voices coming out, and a lot of very interesting stories. OTT gave a fantastic platform for let's say, the alternative voices. So yes, there is a change, but to tell the truth, when Shabana and I are shooting, we're shooting The Breeze and talking about, of course, films and plays and theater and all that. And I love chatting with her. She's a very bright and very interesting lady and has similar tastes. But we also talk a lot about food and a lot of nonsense, So as you do with people you're comfortable and familiar with. So yes, a little bit about that, but more about other more fun stuff, actually. But I do think, yes, you asked me a question, though we didn't discuss it in depth. When we like something, we've often discussed that, oh, that was fantastic, or that was really quite rubbish, and we know it's not going to go anywhere, hopefully. So yeah, that happened. So I don't know if Shabana wants to add something. But yeah.
No, the simple answer to your question is no. We didn't discuss these things. But of course, for me, the advent of the casting director has brought a huge change. Because look what the casting director has done. It's freed Hindi cinema from stock characters. ये ओम प्रकाश जी करेंगे, ये शिवराज जी करेंगे, ये etc., etc. It's just freed it. And so we've got the most fascinating faces which are authentic. And what that does, I think, also to mainstream actors is, when you are surrounded, because acting is about reacting, basically. And when you see that you're surrounded by authentic characters, you start also sort of pulling up your socks and you say, this is one of my favorite examples. I say that, Qarz, Rishi Kapoor ki jo Qarz thi, itne saal pehle, it was such a huge hit. But you can see that he is not playing the guitar, he's just strumming it. He's not doing anything with the chords. Today it is impossible. I don't think any actor could get away, and I don't think that any actor would think it is okay. The actor would take the challenge and learn. So I think this is in itself the growth of actors all around, and the fact that we are now taking many more interesting faces, and the stories don't have to be only about a pretty boy and a pretty girl. And I think that's brought a huge change, both for men and for women.
Wow,
Hi,
thumbs
I
up,
have a question for Monica. Hi, this is Boni here from Midday, here over here. So Netflix has been championing diverse content, really pushing the envelope. What sets Dabba Cartel apart, and how does it contribute to your glowing slate of Indian originals?
I think all of us have collectively spoken a lot about the show and what it, and personally me also in the opening, but I just want to put things in perspective. If we look at what Netflix is interested in doing and what kind of stories that we are keen on bringing out, and how Dabba kind of, champions that. It's very important for us as streaming pioneers and leaders all over the world to be not only innovative about the stories we bring, but also to constantly keep, listening to the audience and coming closer to the audience in terms of what people want to see more of. So I think Dabba in that sense really reflects the lives of people out there, common people that we see, and like I said, the everyday hustle that they have, and yet, things happen to them. They're ordinary people, and they make some choices, and those unlock extraordinary circumstances for them and how they have to deal with. So I think for us, it's really important to make the best stories in the best way possible to enable our creators, our partners, to really bring their vision to life and to work with them creatively in a way where we are able to take these stories to the widest, audiences in India. And I'm very sure that Dabba is going to be that show that is going to be watched and talked about because of the, such a stellar cast, a story that is very fresh, and that challenges you at every point to think that what decision would you have made? Would you do this? Would you not do this? So I think that is something that we really want to do. We want to involve the audience in the storytelling. We want to give them an entertaining and binge experience and also leave something with them which stays much after they've watched. And that is what we strive to do as Netflix with every story, whether it's documentary, it's big scripted series, it's films that we make or cinema that we bring on the service. And just constantly trying to entertain everyone. So that's an endeavor. And Dabba Cartel is another creative endeavor in that direction. And I'm just very excited about it.
Thank you, Monica. Thank you. And that's all the time we have for the Q&A. I'm the bad cop. Yes, मैं हूँ. But apologies, but that's all the time we have. And thank you, Monica. We are inquisitive and curious just by looking at the trailer. I want to know it all, but we'll have to wait till the 28th of February. So wishing everyone the best. And this is a perfect time to capture the moment. So may I request all of you to please step forward for a nice photo op.